Welcome back to Books Decoded. I am so excited for today's deep dive. We're exploring the power of the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And we do that with The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy.
Ooh.
I've got to admit, I've heard about this book for years.
Yeah.
Although I was kind of skeptical about it. But
Yeah.
after actually reading through it,
Hmm.
really diving into it, it is really fascinating stuff. And it made me think about, what if it's true? What if we really can reprogram our minds to achieve things we never thought possible?
Right. Like, that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah?
Murphy argues that our subconscious is like this massive force, this untapped potential. It's just constantly influencing our thoughts and emotions and actions.
So how does this all work? If our subconscious is so powerful, why aren't we all super successful?
Yeah, it's a good question. And Murphy actually uses a great analogy to help us understand this. He compares the mind to an iceberg.
Oh,
So the conscious part of our mind, that's the tip we can see above the water.
uh,
It's our current thoughts. The decisions we're making right now, our willpower.
okay.
But then beneath the surface, there's this massive unseen force. And that's the subconscious. It's driving so much of our behavior without us even realizing it.
So I like this analogy. So then how does this iceberg play out in our day-to-day lives?
Well, let's imagine you're trying to get that promotion at work.
Okay.
So you're doing everything right. You're preparing for the interview. You're updating your resume. But maybe deep down, you have this subconscious belief that you're not actually good enough.
Ugh.
Or that you're just never going to get ahead. And that negative belief, even if you're not aware of it, it can sabotage your efforts.
Oh, wow.
You might start procrastinating. You might not even prepare for the interview as well as you could have. And then in the interview itself, you might start to doubt yourself.
Interesting. So that's like self-sabotage.
Exactly.
It's not that we're intentionally doing things to hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
It's these hidden beliefs that are messing things up.
Yeah.
So if our subconscious can work against us like that,
Yeah.
can we flip it around?
That's exactly what Murphy says. He says that we can, by understanding and consciously shaping our subconscious, we can unlock our true potential.
Okay.
And he gives us a bunch of practical techniques that we can use to do that.
Like what?
Well, one of them is positive affirmations. And that's just repeatedly stating these positive beliefs about yourself, even if you don't quite believe them yet. And another one is visualization.
Okay.
And that's vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals, like it's already happened.
Okay. So let's say my goal is to write a novel.
Right.
I've always wanted to write a novel, but I haven't actually sat down and done it. How would I use these techniques?
So instead of saying, I wish I could write a novel, you would say something like, I am a creative writer, and my words flow effortlessly, and you would just repeat that to yourself regularly.
Even if I don't believe it at first.
Even if you don't believe it at first.
Ooh.
And then for the visualization, you'd sit down, close your eyes, and imagine yourself writing. You know you're feeling good, you're in the flow, the words are coming easily. And then imagine you're holding that finished book in your hands. You're feeling that satisfaction of achieving your goal. And the idea is that over time, by doing these things, you're going to start to rewire those subconscious beliefs.
Okay, so you're going to start to believe that you are a creative writer.
And that you can achieve this goal.
Interesting. So it's almost like we can be architects of our own minds.
Yeah.
So this all sounds great in theory, but is there any evidence that these techniques actually work?
Yeah, absolutely. Murphy actually includes tons of real-life examples in the book.
Okay.
And one that really stood out to me was about this woman who used visualization to overcome a really severe stutter. Yeah. She had struggled to speak fluently for years, and she had tried all sorts of different therapies and treatments, but nothing seemed to work. And then she started using visualization, and she would consistently visualize herself speaking clearly and confidently. And eventually she overcame her stutter.
Wow.
It really transformed her life.
That's amazing. So this whole concept, it really makes you think. It makes you think about all the potential that we have inside of us that we're maybe not even tapping into. So for our listener, what's the one big takeaway from The Power of Your Subconscious Mind?
I think the big takeaway is that we need to become aware of our self-talk. Pay attention to those beliefs that we have running in the background, because those beliefs, they're shaping our reality. And if we're not happy with our reality, we can change it. We have the power to change it.
That's so empowering.
It is.
So if you could reprogram your subconscious,
Yeah.
what's the one positive change that you would focus on?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's something to think about
Yeah.
as you continue to explore your own mind. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, this was great.
And we'll see you next time on Books Decoded.